everybody, welcome back. Last episode, we went 2-1 again at locals. A blessing indeed. Losing to, what unbeknownst to me, an Infinity deck. But that's okay. It was a good match. It was a good time indeed. We opened up some more Whispers in the Well last week. We're trying to pull some He Hurled the Thunderbolts. Our blue steel detective deck. It's not too bad, but it kind of needs some removal for the tempo aspect of the deck, right? We are still in need of a couple of Strength Raging Fires, which we're hoping to get at locals this week. We're going to see. It's a little hard to get them, but we're going to do our best here, as I've said many times before. But today we are going to be doing some more opening. Now we spent the last 2 weeks in Whispers in the Well. We are not going to change that up. We are back right here to some more Whispers in the Well. Now for the budget this week, we're going to change it up a little bit. We are actually diving into a third of the blue steel starter deck. You may be asking why, Christian. It's simple. We really want more of the Judy Hopson, Nick Wilde, and all them cards. And truthfully, I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time in Whispers too much more, at least for now. Obviously, it's a great set. There's amazing cards I can get here. As soon as I get at least like my second or third Thunderbolt or Sudden Scare, we're going to be out of here for a little bit. We're going to be trying to delve into some other things. I got a big plan for week 4, but for week 3, this is where we are going to start off. We're going to jump straight into the opening here. We know exactly what we're looking for. Now go ahead and give me a hot minute. I got to open this again. Ouch. All right. So we're here. So with our budget for the week, we spend about $18-20 on the starter deck, which gives us the starter deck, of course, our rainbow foil fancy little Judy Hops here that we're going to pull out. And we do get a pack, of course. That leaves about $30 for 5 more packs of Whispers in the Well. So we have some nice little bits here. I'm going to open the starter deck real quick. So we can have our fancy Judy Hops here. Our 6-drop Judy Hops and our 5-drop Nick Wilde. Yes, we did buy a starter deck just for these 3 cards. The rest of this going someplace else. Doesn't matter. So we're gonna set these off to the side here. Now if we open, now we just need 1 more of each. So now it's less time do I have to spend here. Let's start with the starter deck pack here. Hoping for some real juice. I've always heard good things from people that open starter deck pack. Yeah, I'm sure it's a fallacy, a red herring of sorts, but it doesn't matter. I'll put these off to the side here. Starting off with, of course, the classic Dragonfire, Junior Woodchuck's Guidebook, Henwen's Visions. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck, 1 top and the rest on the bottom. Words Develop Your Brain. Nick Wilde, we have like 900 of them now. Della Ka Iago. Sleepy Hollow, Terran. First rare is a Trust in Me. Now, I actually personally don't have 4 of this card. I actually just built a deck on Dreamborn with 4 of these, so I'm happy to get this. And of course, a legendary from our starter deck. This could be big. Please. I swear, if this is Black Cauldron again, I'm gonna foam. Oh! Storella from the starter deck. Honey!
What?
I just opened my starter deck pack.
Nice!
Silorenda from the starter. Yeah, search for clues, whatever, but that card's kind of nuts. That's kind of sick, though. We have no 6-drops we were trying to ramp into. But how can we be upset?
The Judy
That's
Hops.
That's kind of okay. You're spitting, okay? You're spitting over here. All right. Well, I was debating on if I even wanted to open another starter deck. Glad I did. We have pack number 2 here. Wow, that's gonna be hard to top. That's like a real card right there. Man, that feels good. All right. Genie, Ghostly Tail, Lena Saberwing, me again, Mr. Big Nose, Hudson, The Flash, Olaf, Beast, another Zeus. We don't need any more of him. First card's a super rare. Can we get any better? David Xanatos again. I'm going to end up with a playset of these by the end of the series here. And then Magic of Dispel. I've only seen one person get this off. And a foil Francine, that's a rarity upgrade.
You know what? It was in sealed. It was pretty impressive.
And you still lost.
Oh yeah.
All right. All right. Next pack. We had our Cricky here. Okay, Ghostly Tail again. We got a Begone, Jet Sam, Donald Duck, Headless Manhorse. We got a Whisper Merlin. The card's pretty cool. Katrina Van Tassel. We got a Scrooge. Right on the right track. First rare is a Mimi Mouse Amethyst Champion. Then a Goofy Emerald Champion. Oh my gosh! You're kidding me! That's what we're looking for! In an epic? That's so rad! Oh my goodness! Yo, this pull's been great! Holy smokes! It's no Zeus, but like, we're absolutely gonna put this in our deck. Wow, and it looks great too. Huh. Man, I might be sticking in Whispers. Treat me so well here. Alright, we got the Henwin himself. I think they're in the starter deck. Actually, I'm not sure. Shirkan, Magica to shift our new Magica on. Webby, put it all together. Higgins, another Iago. A Goliath. I really like this card. I think this card could see a lot of play on the better side. We gotta search for clues. This is technically detective support, but it's in the wrong colors. But I do like this card quite a bit. I think this card is pretty interesting. We got our first rare is a Shere Khan. We got another Castle the Horn King. This is like my second one. And we got a Webby's Diary. Okay. Alright. We got two more here. Not done yet. Come on, where's the Zeus? Show me. It's not Zeus, it's Thunderbolt. Show me the Thunderbolts. Visions, Tinkerbell, Elsa, but I'm much faster. Goofy, Baloo, Recovered Page, Scuttle, a Malicious Means Scary. Alright. First rare is an Ingenious Device. Tap, pay 2, banish this item, draw and discard a card, and then when this item is banished, deal 3 damage to chosen character location. Do we have to play this? No. Well, maybe. Maybe we play it. I don't know. I'll think about it. And we got a rare Elisa Maza and an Ares. All right, the heat has slowed down significantly. We got one more pack here. Okay, one more pack. What can we do? Come on, one more of any of these cards, except for the Francine. Li Shang, Brooklyn, Swooping Strike, Basil, Higgins, Webby Vanderquack, Olaf, Mulan, Black Heron. It's not Zeus, or it's not Thunderbolt. Come on. All right. First rare is the Sultan. 1-drop quest for 2. Yeah, I don't think that's the sauce. Second rare is a super rare Fairy Godmother. Wait a minute. This card's kind of interesting though. 4 cost 3/5, boost 3, and when you put a card underneath this character, you may banish chosen opposing character. And if you do, their opponent, their player may reveal the top card of the deck. If that card is a character or item card, they may play for free. Otherwise, they put it on the bottom of their deck. I mean, like, it's kind of removal. I think we play this. I think we have to. Oh, and another epic. An epic mini. Bro, this is our fourth epic in this series? What in the world? I'll put it up here. And the Fairy Godmother, of course. Okay. So, wow. Okay. Very interesting. So, obviously, these 3 are like what we were really excited about from the starter. And then this like trumped it. Cinderella, one of the best legendaries I've ever seen printed in the game. When you play a princess character at the end of your turn, or at the end of your turn, if you did play a princess character, you may put a card from your hand into your inkwell and draw a card. I think we have to play this for what it's worth. So I'm not 100% sure. I guess I kind of wanted like Goliath instead a little bit. But honestly, this is good though. I'm not complaining. It's just I'm not sure how well it fits in the card deck. But it's great to have though. $60 card, that's for sure. And then I'm happy to get another Sudden Scare. Again, we're looking for removal. And then we did get another piece of removal in the Fairy Godmother, which I think we run. I think we do. Because like until we get like more efficient removal, this is a guy that says banish a character. And, you know, sure, maybe my opponent gets a better character, but you know what? This card is the epitome of Sealed Only. I like it. We're gonna play it for this week. It may be the only week we're gonna play it, but I think so. We'll play the Francine. I don't think we're gonna play the Minnie Mouse Epic. It looks great, but I don't think we can play the Minnie Mouse Epic. Okay, give me a hot minute here. We're gonna be looking at what we can change up with the deck. We're gonna see what things we can shift around a little bit to make room for some of the heat here. All right. All right, so going over the changes for this week, we're changing out 9 cards, pretty good size here. We are taking out a lot of the fluff, I would say, from the starter deck here. The 4 Annas, they're a fine card. Like, anything that quests for 2 isn't the worst, but I just think we're starting to get to the point where we're starting to have some other things that we're just going to want to fit anyway. And then the Genie, the 4/7 quest 2 Genie isn't terrible, but we just can't have a bunch of vanillas sitting in our deck. It's, you know, it's just gonna be really difficult, I'd say, to get anywhere in the games if we're just like slamming big old idiots and they're slamming like anything else against us. Same reason for why I did cut the Wind Dancer. He barely made it in an episode. He might come back for what it's worth, but I'm struggling to put a ton of Uninkables in the deck. He was just kind of like the next card I felt like I could safely cut. Same with Ink Runner. We're not really an item strategy. I don't think we need 3 of this card. I do like some number of them, but I don't think we need the 3. And we're training him for some other cards here. The Fairy Godmother is the biggest card I don't know about. Like, this is what took Mayor Wind Dancer's spot here. So one's a horse with no effect, but like very good stats, and the other one is an old lady with not as good as stats, but can maybe sometimes win us or lose us the game by an effect. We just need more removal, and this card can be removal, kind of. We'll find out. I thought it would at least be fun to try. So we're playing the Fairy Godmother. We're playing each of the Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde cards for a detective package. These are the 3 best detectives that you can run, in my opinion, within these colors. So, of course, we're going to fit them in here. And I actually did put in 2 more of the Daisy Duck 2-drop. So now we're at 4 1-drops, 8 2-drops, so we can try to curve out a lot easier. I was debating on if we just wanted the Cricky, the 3/2 alert Cricky instead, but I wanted to still keep some number of detectives. A higher number of detectives, I should say. And if we're curving into 1/2 Mickey, then the support from Daisy Duck is fairly relevant to make Mickey's 1/3 stat line do something. So we do have that. And then I am putting in the Rapunzel that we got for our price pack at the end of last episode. I think this card is pretty good. Good body, quest for 2, and could be a fairly decent on-play effect when we have to still be doing a ton of challenging. We're gonna try the Cinderella. I'm not super convinced by this card in our deck. I think this is just like a legendary that, even though it's expensive and like we should probably put it in our deck, it's like I just don't think we're gonna use it very well, right? Like at most it's gonna be like like Mickey number 4 or 5, right? That still draws us a card. So it's still good. It's a great card. We're gonna fit into the deck. And another reason why we played the Rapunzel is because we do have another princess that we can go like Cinderella into Rapunzel, I guess, if we wanted to curve out that way. And then we are running our epic sudden scare that we pulled. We did want another sudden scare. We need more upright removal, and sudden scare in the late game is a fantastic way to just remove something that is super problematic. You know, barring the fact that my opponent gets 2 ink, not usually the biggest seal in the world. So these are the changes that we're going to be going into for locals tonight. I'm super excited to show off my super sick Cinderella that I can guarantee you I will never see in my opening hand, like ever, because that is how that's going to work with one-ofs. But nonetheless, let's take a look at what locals has to offer us tonight.
All right, everybody, we're here at locals tonight. We're here again. Let's see if we can keep the 2-1 streak alive tonight. I don't know about that. We're going to be playing Lorcana at Krakenhits tonight. Very generous shop here in the Twin Cities area. Very popular for Pokemon, but there's a really great Lorcana scene here. I'm really excited about the Cinderella. I won't lie. I was really debating on even if I wanted to play it in the deck tonight. I really don't think it fits the strategy very well, actually, the more I thought about it. But for tonight, we're going to play it mainly because it's cool. I won't even lie. I just think it's a really cool card to play tonight. But I'm guessing for now, this will just be the only week that we're going to probably play that Cinderella. We don't have a lot of other princesses to trigger the effect. And we don't have like a lot of like great like cards to go like from like, we don't have turn 2 ramp in our deck at all. We have turn 3 ramp, which doesn't fit the Cinderella curve at all. But in a way, it could still filter a card. It can still get us to ramp. We have a couple 7 and 6s that we might want to get to. So we're going to see how it goes tonight. Wish us luck at locals, and I'll see you in a little bit, all right? Take care.
And we're back at it again. Round 3. Same exact situation as last time. 2-0 in round 3, trying to get our 3-0. Can we do it this time? Let's find out. We are playing against my lovely wife, Hannah, who came with me to locals tonight, and she was crushing it, as she always does. She is rocking Purple Steel, arguably the best deck in the format currently. And she starts off strong with the old Captain Hook, and I start off with my no 1-drop openers again. That's right. I'm really hoping to get more 1-drops. That's something I've noticed, that the way our deck is being built so far, we kind of need more 1-drops here. So she just plays another Captain Hook and quest and passes. So thankfully, not a 2 like a Calhoun here. We got a Daisy Duck. Down to battle. It's me moving the camera around. Get a White Rose. Setting up that strength. You know what she's going to do. We jump with the Mickey. Our field looks pretty meek in comparison here. She gets the Genie down. And she opts to quest. I do believe she has the strength in hand, but she opted to just quest here into the Mickey, which I think is fine. She told me earlier that she thinks this is a misplay. I don't know. I think it's fine. And there it is. Our Cinderella coming in. We boost the Mickey, clear the White Rose. We get our Cinderella, and we get our effect. I believe we ink another Mickey and draw here. I'm starting to get kind of annoyed at these Mickey Mouses. Like, when they're good, they're good. And the first one's really, really good. But the more you see, the worse you just feel so much worse the more often you see them. Similar to Cinderella in that regard. So we're starting to get a little overrun here. We get our own Lexington out here, hoping to stop this Genie a little bit. Unfortunately, another strength. Which, you know, what can you do? We're very much losing tempo. We get our Chef Lewis out here, but we still cannot answer this Genie. She's already at 6 lore, very wide board. It's a tough one out here. It's a tough one out here, folks. We do get the Judy Hops. No detectives though. That's the unfortunate part. I had someone ask me the other day if they were interested, if I would be interested in running detectives badge. In this situation, I wish I had a badge, but I don't think that's always going to be the case. So here comes Elsa, tapping down my stuff. She starts to clean up the board here a little bit, and I would argue pretty efficient way. This Judy Hops being a 6/4 makes it kind of awkward. She still has to crash 2 things into it, but she keeps the evasives upright, which is fine. I get the Judy, playing out a Francine that I found and inking for turn. Or kind of just getting run over by the evasives, unfortunately. Here comes a Dumbo. Then a quest with Dumbo trigger. I believe she inks for turn and uses the Dumbo effect again with Genie, drawing a card. Arguably, she probably should have just maybe just quested for 2, but I think it's fine still. We do get lucky and do find the Shift Judy Hops again. But we're in a really tough spot. We play it out. We get to swing for resist 3 and alert into the Genie. We quest. We're super behind though. So we needed her to not have Dumbo here, and to not have a Genie up right here. Do not have any removal in hand. The Genie, unfortunately, will just take us out. I go ahead for Vanity. Quest that Judy Hops. Try to get another character. And unfortunately, that is going to be the game. Can't clear the Genie. I pass it up, scoop it up, on to game 2. And we get to go first here, which should help. Should help a lot. The big thing I think in this matchup, I think this matchup is pretty difficult. The deck plays very similarly though. I think our line of going like 1-2, Mickey on 3, 5-drop on 4 into a Singing Strength is a pretty reasonable line of play. As you can see, I missed my 1-drop again. Having to ink a Clawhauser, but we do get a Black Heron out here, which is a pretty good card in this matchup. Helps contest a lot of the board here. Trades really efficiently. Comes Calhoun. We have to ink another Clawhauser. We play one of our David Xanatos here, and we just pass. I was debating on discarding a card to kill this Diablo, but that feels absolutely terrible. Now we're lucky here, she inks one of her strengths here. And now we get to play our Judy Hops, finding the Shift Judy Hops. And then we get her with our 1 of strength, baby. Let's go. I've pretty much been always, if I have strength, I would keep it. Never not have the strength, basically. I will spoil a little bit here. We do end up getting another strength from locals tonight, so I will start next week with a second strength, which is good. And we're starting to see the power of the detective engine in terms of like a card advantage engine. We're finding a lot of good sized bodies here with the on-play Judy Hops and the quest effect here. Going to 4, saying, okay, you make some trades if you want. She is going to go ahead and strength here, it looks like. Or just Thunderbolt. Okay. Thunderbolted Judy. I think she probably should have Thunderbolted the upright one. And then that Calhoun could have traded into the other Judy Hops just because you wanted to get both draw engines off the board. And she plays out a Scar. She has 1 Scar in her deck right now that we've been trying out. Go ahead and get the Ink Runner out here. Another way for us to avoid just completely dying to evasive characters, which is really important to me. We grab a Nick Wilde from the Judy trigger, which I think we're mainly just going to use for Ink here. Yeah, we got another Mickey. The Mickey stuff, you feel very forced to play it, because not only can you not ink it, you just it feels like if you have 3 ink and you don't have any like super highly impactful plays, you kind of just need to play this Mickey. You're also just gonna rot. The extra ink is nice. As you can see, we do have a good bit of ink here. All right, it's gonna clear there, and she's just gonna pass. And looking kind of meek here, it looks like, for Hannah. We are gonna trade with Mickey and Scarm. We get our chef out. We're cooking up some trouble with the chef here. Inks and Elsa plays Demona. Yep. And unfortunately, I have 4 cards in hand. So she was setting up the Demona play. Draws up to 3. Now we're starting to press and pressure with our large static characters here. Kind of similar to like previous Sapphire Steel versus Purple Steel matchups in set 9. We're just trying to leverage our big static characters into them to make it more difficult for them. She's gonna go ahead and play Hades. We're okay to just give her 2 cards. We want as many bodies as we can. Can't go down on tempo here to avoid her drawing cards. So a hook, and I think she just opts to pass here. Oh, she does quest the Diablo. I think she just passes. It's really difficult to want to turn this Demona sideways. Both these my characters can take it out in 1 hit and live. We got a Judy Hops and then a Daisy. Questing for another 5 here. Our board's looking pretty difficult to deal with at this point, I think, for Hannah. She's going to need some removal here. But I think this game showcased the power of, like, the cards that give alert pretty efficiently, especially in these purple matchups. Evasive always tends to be like the number one factor in these purple matchups. Goes ahead 2-for-1s herself with my Chef Lewis, and then she gets to hardcast Thunderbolt and swing Hades into my Clawhauser. And then plays a White Rose and quests with Diablo. We feel pretty good just to go ahead. We're going to play this Nick Wild and we'll slam our Daisy and to draw another card. Questing for 2 here. Yeah, and she goes ahead and concedes. We move on to game 3. Now, if I did not mention it before, it is pack per win. And specifically tonight, we were gifted 3 Whisper packs just for entry. And then the pack per win every round was Azurite Sea. So there's a pack of Azurite Sea sitting in between us. And I'm really hoping to win it so I can try to sail the Azurite Seas. Really important here. This goes first. Again, I do not open the 1-drop. She goes hook and passes again. Does not open an insightful 2-drop again, which is great for us. I get a Black Heron out, which is pretty good. And then a Lexington. Unfortunately, it's bigger than our Black Heron. We jump with Mickey and we just opt to pass. Unfortunately, goes ahead and strengths my Heron and quests up here, which is pretty good. She's not afraid of strength. I think mainly knowing I only have 1 in the deck, but also just like, I don't think it matters very much here. So I go ahead, slam this Nick Wild. I have the shift Judy Hops in hand, the 6-drop, so I think I'm hoping to catch this Ginny off guard, but she goes ahead and Elsa's the Nick anyway. So I'm left with this lone Mickey into 2 evasives again. And unfortunately, this Mickey, I think, is just kind of stranded for most of the game. There's not a whole lot I could do. Yeah, I'm in a really tough spot here. Have to answer Vases, but I also need a big enough body, so we can play a Clawhauser. She Hades the Clawhauser. I have to give her 2 cards. I have to have this Clawhauser stick. There's not much else I can do. I think she opts to quest out here. Oh, I don't have the shift. I have the Ink Runner, which we're definitely gonna do and smack this here Genie. We got a Francine. We just pass on from there here. Thunderbolt would be very unfortunate to clear out my my Clawhauser. Get a Genie. Going for the Cobra. She does swing both guys into the Clawhauser here. Alright, fairly reasonable. And then she passes. Ink Runner is doing its job of trying to keep the board stare here, so we get our... This is actually our 3rd Clawhauser this game. We inked one like right away, and we are just stuck here. I think I make a mistake and quest this Francine. I really shouldn't have done that, because now I'm sitting here thinking that he won't be able to kill my Clawhauser in any way, which, as you can see, is going to be a pretty big mistake here. She's going to go for Elsa here to tap down the Clawhauser. And she's going to sing Strength for 4 and then just have the Elsa cleared. So I lose this, and the Cobra trades into the Francine. Losing my evasive... my evasive answer is gone at this point. So I have to play the 4th Clawhauser, which I hilariously have. Hoping that she does not have a way to kill this one too as well. Look, Demona is very, very good here. Exerts my Clawhauser, and of course she does have the strength to kill the Clawhauser here. Yeah. So she has officially answered all 4 of my Clawhausers effectively. I got 2 Nick Wilds into Mickey Mouse. Looking pretty tough for me at this point. And unfortunately she goes Dumbo. And plays another Dumbo. Going to 15, and this is a game right here. I think I can stop her winning a little bit here. Yeah, because I can Donald Duck boost, kill the hook, go to 4, and yeah, we just scoop it up here. Not much more we could have done. Ending the night, a unfortunate but typical 2-1 record again. That's okay. It was a good match, though. I think it showcased some of the ways that we can combat purple steel. We just need some of the more better steel cards, I think, to help there. We're watching Hannah open her pack here, hoping, and of course she gets the sale and a Pleakley. Something that would have been happy to have, but that's okay. Good games as well, Hannah. Good games.
We're back from locals, and guess what? 2-1. Yep, 2-1 again. All right. The streak is still alive. We haven't done worse with the deck, even though the deck is getting better. Our record hasn't improved. And who took us out in the finals this time around? My lovely wife behind the camera. Thanks, sweetie. Thank you so much. And I'm actually mad at you even more for that. And I'll get into that in a second. First off, our prizing. Our 2 league promos. We got Scar and Strength Raging Fire. Excellent. We're going to need those to add to our deck. Need more strengths. And then krakenhits. I mentioned earlier, it's a very generous score. Their entry fee for $10 was 3 packs just for entering. So I got 3 packs of Whispers in the Well just for entering, which is great. And then it's pack per win. But instead of giving out Whispers, they gave out Azurite Sea, which low-key is actually a really great set for us to open because one of the best cards ever printed in Lorcana, Sealed the Azurite Sea, is sitting in here. And that's why I'm a little mad at my wife. She beat me in the last round and she opened her pack and what was in it? A sale. I'm like, well, that could have been mine, dearie, but you know what? That's okay. That's okay. So we're gonna open the Azurite Sea packs first. See how we do. Really, we're looking for sale. I don't think there's really too much else that I would really want or need out of this. All right. How's that look? It looks all right. You signed up? Alright. Perilous Maze, Iago, Mickey Moose, Naveen's Ukulele. Oh, gosh. It's not a sale, sweetheart. It's not a sale. A Twinfire. Twinfire is actually kind of cool, though. Because I've been kind of wanting, like, a Spire the Cannon type card. But I guess we already have David's Antidotes. Never mind. Card's bad. Prince Naveen, Myrtle Lemons. Hey, Diablo. Pretty good. Captain Tuck. Baymax. We're not playing him. And a foil Chippendale, that's cool. Alright. Another Azurite Sea pack. Come on, let's see that sale in there. Come on, buddy. Give me the sale. We got a Stitch. Fairy Ship. Gold Coin. Does that look good? Alright, good. Brew. Sale the Azurite Sea, let's go! Yes! I didn't think I've been playing the series like I wouldn't even get one of these. We could have had 2 tonight, honey. We could have had 2. Great. Well,
I still have one.
I know you do. Great for you. Well, that's one of the best cards we ever could have pulled. So that's super hype. Ooh, we got Wasabi. I don't think we can play it. That's kind of cool though. John Darling. We got a Pluto. 4-drop Bodyguard Pluto. That card's pretty interesting. I don't think we need more bodyguards, especially because we already have some. What's the name? We have Broadway. We got Mama Odie. Ooh.
Interesting.
That is really interesting. Alice, Savvy Sailor is really, really interesting. I don't know if it has a great place in our deck. We're not super aggressive, mind you, right? But like, more weird unequals we could run. Alright, so that's gonna go in the pile. That's a foil Sailor Mickey, whatever. That's pretty interesting. Alright, well that pack was great. I don't know who I played with that pack, but that was great. That is a really interesting card. I will say tonight, I didn't record this game. I wish I did, but I had a crazy game where I got to play the Fairy Godmother, and I used her effect 3 times. I still lost that game, but the effects were pretty good. So I've actually been more impressed by that card than I ever thought I would be. I will get into more of that after this pack here. So this is our Whisper pack here. We got a Headwinds Visions, alright. Tinkerbell, Elsa, Chomp, but I'm much faster. Goofy, Aries, Cover Page, Olaf, another Fairy Godmother's Wand. That could have been a Judy Hopps. That could have been anything.
You were just talking about Fairy Godmother.
Yeah, I was. But like...
It hurt you.
It did hurt me.
It's okay.
But look at this.
You got a legendary wand.
It's a legendary wand. Oh my gosh. What if it's another Cindy?
Prince
Oh.
Charming? He's way better than Chef Louis. That's goated with the sauce. And a foil super. Oh, it's another Goofy. That's fine. But this card's kind of goated. Oh, he's sweet. I don't... Okay, I'm pretty excited about it so far. Okay, this is not bad. This is pretty... Some pretty interesting stuff so far. Pack number 2. Alright. We got Li Shang. Alright. Brooklyn. Swooping Strike. Baloo. Another Basil Detective. Higgins. We got a Beast Whisper. Zeus Whisper. Ooh, 2-drop Ichabod Crane. That's number 2. Gazelle. The Cold Stone. And a foil Junior Woodchuck's Guidebook. Well, that card's good at least. Okay. Last pack. Last pack magic, baby. Come on. Let's go. Alright, we got Daisy Duck, Mother Gothel, Cauldronborn, or Fourth the Twins. The Fourth the Twins, okay?
They're calling to you.
They are calling to me. If we get another Lumineers Tunnels, I might play it. Just for the memes. Akela, Goliath, Zootopia for the Twins. Ooh, we got a third Sudden Scare. I wanted the Thunderbolt card, but if we're not gonna get that, this is at least fine. This is Sudden Scare number 3, though. I don't know if we're gonna play 3. But I like having the option, if anything. It's gonna go in the pile. We got our third, the Horned King's Castle. A rare Magic of the Spell. And a foil on him. Okay, well, at least, okay. We got a sale. We got our first sale. I really hope to get to more sales. The Alice is really interesting, and then the Prince Charming is really interesting. I think this is definitely going to make it in the deck, and so will the sale, of course, obviously. But all in all, very interesting. I thought it was a good night for the deck. Cinderella, as not too surprising, was not very good. It bricked up my hand a lot, and I felt forced to play it. And it's like, you know, there's not much to play into it. Cards that really stuck out, just the Detective Engine has just been really stand out. The Judy's, the 6-drop Judy from a great, like, aggressing card. Like, not really aggressing, but like, not dying to bases all the time has been really great. The Alert Resisting Matters. Nick Wild's been drawing me tons of cards. I've been really, really impressed by that card. Yeah, I'm excited to see where we go next week. I have a plan of what we're gonna do. We're gonna be opening something I think a lot more special next week to hopefully boost up our deck and help us find some more bombs. It's kind of the idea that we're looking for, right? More bigger threats. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching again. Leave a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time, alright?